What's up, ghouls? It's Betty Jade, and it's the end of spooky season, but I'm still gonna try to craft some more stuff, and I found this little dude at a thrift store, and I think he's like maybe some kind of candle holder or something, but it looks kind of like a cute little cauldron, maybe, to me. So that's what I'm gonna try to make him today. I saw that you can make cauldrons with like ornaments and stuff and make them look like bubbles, but he's pretty small, so I saw that somebody else could make smoke out of like needle felting. I've never done any needle felting before, nor do I really know what it is or how to do it. But it looked really cool, and it made it look kind of like more smoky than bubbly. So I'm gonna try to do some kind of crossover here, and hopefully I come out with some kind of cool sculpture that I can hang up somewhere and have my own spooky cool cauldron. So let's get started with that. Okay, so since my cauldron is transparent, I need to fill it with something. So I got these super stretchy cobweb things from Walmart, since it was pretty cheap, and I figured I could use that since it would look kind of like bubbly cauldron-y stuff. And I am going to dye it to sort of match the rest of it though, so I'm just cutting some off once I fill the bottom to see how much I need. So I'm just kind of measuring it like that. And then I bought Kool-Aid packets to dye it with, since the Walmart didn't have any green Rit Dye, because I have a really crappy Walmart 2 minutes from my house. But they had Kool-Aid packets, so I bought yellow and blue to try to make green. And it turned out this really funky seafoam green, because I used too much blue. I used 2 of each, and I should have used more yellow, but I didn't think about it. But it turned out an okay color, because you're not going to really see much of it anyway. And I just mixed the packets together, and I put enough water in there, just enough to really soak in to the weird cobweb cottony stuff. I couldn't figure out what the cobwebs were actually made out of. It didn't actually say anywhere on the packaging what material it was made out of, if it was wool or polyurethane or what. I'm assuming it was some kind of polyurethane. But yeah, so I put it in there, I left it for a few hours, and then I just wrung it out. I don't think I even washed it out. I just wrung it out and then let it dry over a couple of days. Okay, so then I glued in 2 wires to make kind of a frame for my needle felting, and I tried E6000 glue at first, but it didn't work. The glue just didn't sit right with the wires to glue it in properly, so then I used hot glue, which I should have used at first. I don't know why I didn't, because it worked so much better and it was faster. I've just been on a kick with this other glue for everything I'm breaking and doing. It just was stupid, and I should have used hot glue, but I did, and then it worked, and then I got on the frame, and I thought, you know, I'm not gonna do what the other person I saw do that knows what they're doing and obviously knows better than me. I'm gonna try to fill mine with tinfoil instead, because it's cheaper and, you know, familiar, because, you know, making clay armatures, that's what I've done before to save on, you know, materials and money and everything, and I thought I was being super smart. And it turns out that maybe I wasn't so super smart, because it didn't work real good, but I kind of made it work anyway. So I took my wire and my tin foil and I just made like a wispy, smoky shape. I just made kind of a tube that was fatter at the bottom, and I bended it into the wispy smoke shape that I wanted, and just kind of pinched it at the top and built up on it until it looked kind of cool and what I wanted. Then when I was done with that, I added in the spider webs that I dyed down into the cauldron around the smoke pillar I made. Okay, so then I got this green wool roving from Hobby Lobby, and I just started really just gluing it and wrapping it around the smoke pillar that I made, and wrapping it and kind of stuffing it and covering it around the bottom of all the dyed stuff I did at the bottom too, because I didn't really like it very much. And I also made like swirls and shapes at the bottom out of it, and that's where I used the needle felting tool a little bit. I got a pen tool with a few needles in it, and I tried using that. I did try using it a little bit like in the foil, but it didn't really want to go into the foil, probably because it's not made of wool, and I think that's what needle felting is. I didn't actually learn how to needle felt before starting this project. Whoops. And it wouldn't go into any of the pieces where I'd actually hot glued anything, so maybe another whoopsie. But I actually kind of liked how it looked just wrapping it and not really like needle felting it anyways, so I guess it's fine. But I took some other wispy pieces and like kind of glued them or like needled them in a little bit, and then had them wisp out to look like some more smoky wispy pieces flying off, and I thought that was kind of cool to do. And I just bunched some up around the bottom and had it like curl as best as I did, and that's about the most I needle felted, if you could even call any of this needle felting. To be fair, all I can really say is I used wool roving, and that's about as close as I got. Now I dyed some other wool roving I had, purple, because the only other purples I had were in these giant 12-pack of colors, so I just tried dyeing some with some Rit Dye, and I just followed the package directions, and now I'm just adding some to the tip of the green smoke, because I thought it would be cool for it to have this color change, and I'm just adding some by kind of wrapping it around the green and just kind of pushing it in with the needle felting tool, and I'm kind of avoiding going directly down into the tinfoil and kind of going along the edge where just the other roving is and pushing it into that. And so I'm just kind of wrapping it around and pushing it in and doing it very thickly on the very tip, and then kind of making it a little sparser where it blends out down into the green. I don't think I did this super well, but I'm still happy with the way it turned out. I would have liked it to be more of the pinky color that the dye was that I used, but it turned out this darker purple, which I think turned out anyway. I also wanted to make some little things to go into the mix, So I just rolled some little eyeballs out of some polymer clay, and then I also sculpted some little bat wings. I just did this pretty quick, and I just baked them off, and then I'll paint these later off camera. Not too interesting, just some little baubles to put on. I searched forever to find these beads. I finally found these green transparent beads at Hobby Lobby, and they're perfect for little cauldron bubbles. I found them in the bead section in Hobby Lobby, and they were like the only kind there were that weren't like in a giant pack. And they were like the only color too, but they really match with the color of felt that I got, so I was like really happy. And I couldn't really glue the smallest beads that came in this pack on because they were just too tiny, and I didn't want to burn my little fingies with the hot glue. But the big ones were the best. They were really like the perfect size to look like cauldron bubbles, and I did use some tweezers to get some of the smaller ones on without burning my hands, because I really hate burning my precious little digits. But I just took my time and placed them all around, and I really think it made them just look that much better. I really like the bubble effect it gave, and I was a little bit worried that like the holes, because they are beads, would like make it look weird, but they're so small that like you really can't even tell that they're beads or that there are holes in them. It just gives them more of like a lit up bubble effect anyway. So I think beads are actually a pretty good choice, especially for like a craft this small. I thought it came out like really super cool. Okay, so here are my little eyes of newt. I got a little handful here to throw on my cauldron. And I've also got some wing of bat, and I'm just gonna stick them in here so I can bubble, toil and trouble. And it's just gonna look like a nice cute little brew here. And I just like them all coming up here, and I think it makes them look really good. And I like the kind of spooky look it gives it. And last I got some little stars and moons that I'm gonna stick on the top where it delves into purple, where I think it gets a little bit more magical. And then that's it. She's done. She's got all her ingredients, and she's ready to go. So I finished it, and really it wasn't all that hard. I really actually don't think I did needle felting though. I really just kind of wrapped the wool roving around the tinfoil that I used to like kind of buff it out, because I didn't want to use a ton of wool roving. So I really wouldn't use tinfoil, I think, underneath it if you want to do like actual needle felting projects. I guess just use wire and then like really just stuff it full of the wool so you can actually like really use the needle with it. But other than that, I think it came out looking pretty cool. I like the beads that I found. They made cool bubbles. So I got some of the bubbly cauldron effect and a bunch of the smoky effect. I didn't really have to needle. I did forget I was going to put a coating on the eyeballs. I might still do that. Put some triple thick on them to make them look wet. I forgot to do that, so I might do that later. But other than that, I think this project was fairly simple, and I'm going to count it as a win. I hope that you like it as well, and maybe you decided it looked easy enough that maybe you want to make yourself a spooky little cauldron. In case you want to find anything, I do put the list of all my materials in every description in every video. So if you ever want to find anything, you can check in there. And you can also find my Twitter handle here somewhere on the screen. If you want to come follow me on Twitter, if you want to shout out me and send me things, send me any pictures that you've made of some projects from any of my videos that you've done, or just projects that you've made that you think are cool that maybe I should try. I'd be really interested to see any of them. And just remember to like and subscribe and join the spooky family. And anyway, see you next time. Goodbye.